Ah, you sweet summer child, says Carl. Lamau. So how's it going?
Good.
Good.
How you guys is? You's good?
We's all good. We chilling. I guess you could say we're chilling. Chilling. I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Anyone can hear me?
Chilling,
Yeah,
grilling,
we're all clear.
popping caps and chewing ass.
What
All have
the?
Oh
caps.
my. We're gonna pop caps and chew ass.
Oh damn! I didn't even know that GIF happened. I didn't know that what that bits thing did. What the heck? Holy shit! Wow! Thank you.
Shit.
Yeah, Sir Carl Denmark gave. Damn! There you go, Steph. Now you can.
All right, Stefan. Now you're part of the tier 1 sub.
Welcome to tier
Do
1
it.
sub. You get
Do
the T.
T.
You got the
Do
Robin
the
T pose.
T-pose. Do the T-pose, Stefan.
Bully people. Do the T pose on them.
You can go to your emotes. There, you can go to your emotes and put it.
Put it right there.
We're not gonna continue the show until you put it down.
On. If you're listening, you need to do it. Do it.
Yeah, Stefan. Mensch. Whoa. Whoa.
There he goes.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Woo. Okay.
T pose on these.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the new episode of the Grand Slam. Of course, I'm your host, Edgar, and I'm here with my two lovely co-hosts, Robin Machuca and Will from South Texas.
Hi.
And this is a special episode because this is the first episode where we are officially affiliate.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. As you can see,
We're in the money. We're in the money. We're in the money, and it feels so good. Edgar.
Yes, as Robin and Will did perfectly say, yes, we did get affiliate. It does come with stuff, as you can see. You might see some ads from time to time. So, like, if you want to actually see the full thing, maybe without any ads, you could watch it on YouTube, or you could listen to it on Spotify. You know, but at the same time, oh my god, excuse me, I just had some.
Jesus Christ.
I had like some beef tacos today, and it's again, as you can see in the chat, if you do sub to us, you can sub to us either with like that monthly thing they have, or you could sub if you have Amazon Prime, you automatically have Twitch Prime, and you can use your Twitch Prime to sub to us. You know, just a little thing.
Free month. Yeah.
And if you do, you get different tiers. You get emotes. I might change it around from time to time, so it might not be the ones. It's still going to be these two emotes that you can see. We have a T-pose Robin. Well, T-posing Robins. There's two Robins. There's Big Robin and Little Robin. And then you have one.
I always like to think the big one is like a shadow, and it's like a light. It's a light from the ground pointing upwards, and that's the shadow.
Oh, I like to think about it as the dichotomy of man and duality. And there's like, the goodness inside of us that is there, but sometimes it's quiet. And then there's like our drive to do good, and it's inside of us. But then there's like the evil and corruptedness of ourselves, right? And like through everyday actions, like we do bad things sometimes, but like our inner voice, our conscious is telling us to be good. And those two things, of course, are represented by the Robin in the white T-shirt and the Robin in the black T-shirt, and it's like day and night and yin and yang, and of course Robin do be T-posing on them boys.
Yes,
So
do be T-posing on them haters.
yeah.
I I made it because it was two T-Podes and Robins.
That's it. Oh, here's the artist. Can we?
I just went through 45 minutes of me explaining bullshit. Like, I made that up. I don't believe in any of that. But Edgar just goes, I made it because it's two T-posing Robins.
How did Carl do that? He added sunglasses to our burger.
Whoa!
Oh, because you can use channel points. You go, okay, let me explain Twitch to you. Do you see the bottom underneath?
Yes.
Okay, and then you can modify a single emote for 900 points.
Oh damn!
Oh damn!
Badass.
I only have 400.
That's because you suck.
I do.
Oh,
But Carl has been doing things, so Carl gets more points. That's how it works.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So
He's number one on the leaderboard, as I can see here.
So I believe as the old saying goes, Robin, nanny boo boo, stick your head in doo doo.
God damn it.
But yeah, we got these two emotes. We got that T-posing Robins, but we also have the one which is the burger with the TGS. It's a nice little burger that has the initials.
Follow, you get the burger, and then when you sub, you get the special burger.
Yeah,
and you can give the burger to the people.
Yes,
burger to the
and
people.
React with more burgers. You basically become a burger producing machine, which in no way are we going to exploit, so that you can give out free burgers of the product, and therefore they have to come back to us to get more of the product. Because, as they say, the first one's free.
and also, if you do go down on the about section of the Grand Slam channel, you do see that the donation button is open. Donations are optional if you want to donate or not. We're not going to force you at all, but we are very humble and we're thankful for if you donate. For us, all of the donations will be going on to improve our show, make our show better, make it nicer, make it look cleaner, make it look more pretty. Because who knows, maybe in the future we'll finally be able to show Will and Robin's beautiful faces.
Exactly.
All the money goes to Go-Go Boys. We're gonna get Go-Go Boys. They're gonna be dancing on the sides of the screen, and also blah 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 cameras, and Robin's in my face and all that stuff. But the Go-Go Boys are gonna be dancing on the side of the screen. Robin.
I do say, like, one thing. This is one thing that I'm hoping for in terms of, like, if it, later on down the line, if we get, like, bigger and all that, is eventually to help improve our show, is that we get ourselves a camera for vlogging stuff for the YouTube channel portion of it. So if me and Edgar and Will go on trips, we can then vlog it for the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
In our own comedic, funny ways.
Yeah. Maybe the Grand Slam goes to Brazil. The Grand Slam goes
the Grand Slam goes to Brazil. Shout out to Priviato, who may or may not be here. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's in Brazil, so at least we would have,
we would
a
know
guide.
somebody.
Or heck, and maybe the Grand Slam.
We just go to Brazil to the completely wrong city, and we just start shouting Priviato, 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 and then
Yes,
we have to fight people because Priviato, they don't know what we're saying, but we're just saying it really loud, and we're actually just disturbing the peace. So they're like, "Hey, you need to keep it down," and we're like, "We're looking for our friend Priviato."
Just continue.
And of course, yes, Mr. Stefan will be our boom mic guy that will always be in the shot.
I want Stefan's line in these videos as the boom mic guy, just for us just to be like, hey, you need to move. You're in the shot, and him just to be like, oh,
What?
I'm terribly sorry.
No, he just
Slinks
goes
out of the
like the
shot.
camera. It's like, Stefan, you need to get the boom mic out of the camera. The camera just pans out quickly, violently pans over to Stefan with the boom mic. You can barely hear him. He just goes, "What? You need to get the boom mic out of the shot." Oh, sorry.
Oh, I apologize. Fucking quit my job for this shit. I don't gotta take this shit. I'm union.
I'm not even getting paid for this.
I'm not getting paid. I'm volunteering. They said, "Hey, you want to go to Brazil?" I said, "Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, sure." And then, fucking just get yelled at. I'm leaving. And it's like, you're not allowed to leave. You're not allowed to leave. You're stuck with us because we have your passport.
You're also going to be doing the audio watching us eat at a Brazilian steakhouse, and you can't have any.
And it's gonna be nasty eating too, because we're just gonna be like,
oh god,
if we just become eternal, like my hatefulness expands to you guys, and you guys start putting start using the hatefulness that came from me to you onto Stefan. Like, you think you're gonna get some food, but you're not.
oh,
we just start throwing crusts of bread and meat and bones with meat on them to Stefan, and he like reaches down for it, and we go, we still need the good quality audio. So he's like trying to hold it on a chair and also reach down, and he can't quite do it. Anyway, for us to go to Brazil, we're affiliate, yeah. For us to go to Brazil, we're gonna have to maintain affiliateship, which means we're gonna have to be better.
yeah.
So.
Also, I do want to, because we gave the artist a shout out at the during our pre show, but we want to give a shout out to the artist again. Because
the Birdie Blake, who streams on Twitch. Let me just Birdie Blake. They are on Twitch. They are an artist from, I believe, Canada. Hey,
and they helped with building our fabulous the Grand Slam burger.
Yes, they made the burger. They made it, and they did a great job, and it looks amazing. So thank you, Birdie.
Thank you, Birdie.
And actually, I might be able to let's see here.
And we're hoping to eventually have a Edgar Pog image. So we can eventually, when we get more
emote slots.
When we get more emote slots, then we can add that to tier 1, because people should be allowed to use that.
Yes, Edgar Pog got things would be
and a dab
Pog and dab emote. Okay, well, Robin,
I can help you with that. Yeah, I can help you with that.
Robin's dab-tastic.
Oh no, we get stuff on dab. That's even more glorious to see.
I mean, it is, but and if we call it, and if it's Stefan doing the dab, then we just call it bro dab. It's the bro dab emote. Yeah. And everyone's like, who the hell's this guy? We've literally never seen him, and we're like, oh yeah, that's Stefan. That's the brother. So bro dab.
Bro dab.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the future, we will have bro dab.
Bro dab and Ed Pog. It's short. That's what
Ed
it's short.
Pog.
Ed Pog.
He has a powerful wingspan for dabbing. It's true.
Wow.
Once Stefan dabbed, and the gust from his
Oh,
from
that's
his
just
dab.
the boom.
That's just the boom mic.
Who's that? I don't know. Oh,
Boom
that's
mic
just
guy.
the boom mic guy.
Who's that? I don't know. Oh, it's just the boom mic guy. And then I imagine somebody riding by on a bicycle just going, "Who gives a shit?"
I read that as like the Family Guy skit where it's Reagan outside of the wall, and he's like, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Reagan smash, and then it pans out into McDonald's wall. And then you hear somebody in the back like, "What is that?" Oh, that's just Reagan. Just leave him alone. He'll tire himself out.
Oh, that's just the boom mic guy.
That's just the boom mic guy. Just leave him alone. He'll tire himself out. Reagan sleepy.
Reagan
Anyway.
sleepy.
So, to celebrate this affiliate, we're doing a 6-part series of this month's theme, as well as continuing on into next month.
Oh yeah.
Middle Earth,
The Middle Earth theme.
which today we are reviewing The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey, and because we wanted to do it this way, because why not? So
So basically every day, every day, but like
Every day. We have been watching the same movie since we announced this every day.
So every Friday whenever we do the show, we're gonna review every Middle Earth movie. So we're starting with The Hobbit, so we're doing it chronologically. So we're starting with The Hobbit, then the second one, the third one, and then we'll end it off with the Lord of the Rings. So first one, second one, and third one.
yes,
Yeah.
Also known as the Fellowship of the Ring, the
Two Towers
and the Return of the King.
yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings 1, 2, and 3.
There's only one return of, and that is Jedi. Kidding.
Oh my God, Robin.
Oh my God.
already starting stuff.
Hmm.
There's only
Okay,
one trilogy.
I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Robin and I are gonna butt heads so bad somebody's gonna have a cracked skull.
Well,
all right?
especially when it comes to the Lord of the Rings. I
Yeah.
think we
Yeah.
may be in agreement with The Hobbit. I'll be
Well,
honest.
yeah. There's some things about the Hobbit, but like, there's some good shit in there. All right.
Yes.
Good shit about the Hobbit.
So obviously the movie that we're talking about today is the first part of The Hobbit, which is The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. And I
start off with.
I was gonna say, well, for me, I've actually seen all 3 Hobbits in theaters, because it all started when I was in school and we were reading the Hobbit book, and our teacher's like, "Oh, we're gonna read it because we're gonna go watch the movie," and I'm like, "Oh yeah!" And then we went to go watch the movie, and then after that, I've seen all of the rest of the Hobbits in theaters.
See, here's what surprises me the most, Edgar. Your teacher said we're gonna read The Hobbit because we're gonna go watch it in the theater. And y'all were all like, "Yay, cool!" But then, like, your school actually let you go to the theater. See, at my school, they would have been like, "Hey, we're gonna read this book because we're gonna go watch a movie in theaters." We'd have been like, "Cool, yay!" And then they would have been like, "Yeah, we can't go."
Oh damn! Really?
Yeah, we can't go.
For our schools, they would only let the seniors go.
Oh damn! Really?
They did a thing where it's like, oh yeah, they're gonna go watch Godzilla. The seniors are.
Damn.
So they got to go see the first Godzilla movie in theaters during school, and it was like, okay, cool. Totally. I didn't want to see that either. I was pissed off. Anyway,
in my mind, you were like, "Yeah." So when I was in 9th grade, we read this book because we were going to go to the movie theater, and then they were like, "Actually, we're just going to let the seniors go." The seniors didn't read that book. Why do they get to go? Well, because they're seniors. It's like, oh,
Did anybody? So we all watched the same movie, right? We watched the animated 1970s version of The Hobbit.
Oh,
Where there's a whip.
no, I actually watched the 1970s Soviet version of The Hobbit.
Oh, okay.
We
Could
don't
not
want to go
understand
to
what they were
war.
saying, but
Yeah, I didn't understand what they were
heard-
saying, but I did like it.
That was a recent thing that popped up. I remember seeing
Yeah,
something
no, they
about that.
recently found that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So-
don't want to go to war today, but the Lord
so,
of the
like-
land say nay, nay, nay.
I will say, comparing this to Fellowship, because I've seen The Lord of the Rings.
No, we can't compare it to the Fellowship yet. We're
We
not
can't
at
do
the
that, yes.
Fellowship.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
Unless
here's
you want to say it has vibes to the see, this is the
Well,
problem.
no, I
it's
was
not a
gonna-
problem, but like I just want to explain to the people, we're reviewing The Hobbit, right? And the Hobbit movies are a prequel to the Lord of the Rings movies.
yes.
But The Hobbit, the book, is just set in the world of the Lord of the Rings, and it isn't so much a prequel as just another story, which involves some of the same characters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the movies that were made into prequels, they were like, no, this is prequel. We have to do everything that Lord of the Rings did, except different. And hence the 3-movie thing, right? They turned The Hobbit into a trilogy.
And this might shock, maybe it'll shock some people. I don't know. So here's the thing: I haven't seen the Lord of the Rings at all, but I've seen the Hobbit. And
but
what?
For me, like
that is so aggressive. I'm sorry.
Well, like I've never seen the Hobbit movies, but I've seen the Lord of the Rings movies. Granted, I saw the Lord of the Rings movies in 2020 when I had free time to actually watch them.
Yeah. And I believe, Will, you've seen both the Hobbit and the Lord of the Ring movies?
Oh yeah. I've seen the Hobbit films like a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen all of them like a couple of times. Or like I definitely saw them all in theaters, and I've seen them a few times, like here and there, TV, whatever. Also, I've seen the Lord of the Rings movies like a metric fuck ton. Like I have watched the Lord of the Rings movies a lot because I'm that kind of nerd. I love the Lord of the Rings movies. The Hobbit movies I have opinions on. But, you know. I love how all of us are just going to be saying, yeah, you know, the Hobbit. Meh, we got opinions. But like, yeah, I've seen the Lord of the Rings movies a lot. I've seen the theater release. I've seen the extended. I watch lore videos on YouTube about the Lord of the Rings. I am a big old nerd, which is, by the way, when we get to it, and we're not there yet, but I am anticipating somebody bringing it up. I have an answer to the question, and I'm going to be vague because we're not there yet, but I have an answer to the question. And the first person that says it's going to get popped off to, because I have the answer to the question. Anyway, yeah, I've seen the Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I'm filling our audience with anticipation because they're going, "What's the question?" But I know we're gonna get to it anyway. Yeah, yes, I have seen the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. Edgar,
and I guess before we get more into the first Hobbit film itself, I want to know overall your guys' quick thoughts on it before we go into it. Mr. Will.
The quick thoughts. So the quick thoughts on the first Hobbit movie.
Yeah.
are that it starts off with nostalgia because, like, it gets you with the nostalgia because they bring in all these characters from Lord of the Rings, and you're like, oh yeah, I saw these when I was a kid. So like that's nice. Like the nostalgia factor of the movie is really nice. And
Mhm.
other than that, like, I mean, there's good scenes.
Mhm.
You know, there's good
Yeah.
scenes. The
I.
the the background stuff is really pretty, and it's got
Yeah.
it's got high points.
Hmm. I'll go. I'll go to Robin next before I go to myself. How
Good.
about you, Robin?
Well, because me and Edgar watched it together, and we had to watch it in two parts because we had other people that came over, so we had to stop halfway through the movie, and we had to continue it the next day. And I kept looking for what's an accurate word for this one, and as much as I know we're not there yet, but as much as I'm not.
Oh, Cloud9. Thank you for the sub, Cloud9.
A Cloud. Thanks for the sub, my dude.
Yeah.
But like I'm not like I would enjoy Fellowship a lot more than this one because to me it felt very silly. I was trying to look for what the word was, and I figured it out the second day we were watching it. I don't know why. This is There was just something about it like that just came off as silly, and I think it's like there was a lot more humor in it unnecessary humor in it that made no sense to me in comparison to the other movie. But that's my thought. Like I like the fight scenes. I loved the set designs. I love the makeup. But it's just like I don't know. I felt like the humor in it they were trying to do. It felt very, and I told this to Edgar. Sometimes it felt very Joss Whedon-esque type humor, and I was like, oh no, that's not good. That's not no.
Yeah.
Like at least with Fellowship, I enjoyed it a bit more. But
yeah,
I don't know. That's me. See, like it's gonna be controversial takes, especially coming from me.
I guess for me, I think I might be the more nicer one on this one, because especially since I haven't seen Lord of the Rings, so I don't have any opinion on that though. But I will say, even watching the Hobbit movies, like when they were coming out, I think the first Hobbit film is the one that I remember the most. Other than that, it's very vague of what I remember from the second one and from the third one. I remember a lot of the first one, and the thing I can say about the first one, I didn't hate it. I don't think it's perfect. There is some good, there's also some bad. I did enjoy when I was watching it, even when we watched it in two parts. I did enjoy things that were in it. I did enjoy the set designs, and the technical aspect of the film is great. And I will say I did enjoy the characters that were there. Like the first half of the film, like the beginning, before, like after they did the when they showed Frodo and Bilbo as an old man. But like once we get to know Bilbo stuff and we see the dwarves come in, I enjoyed it. I like the first half of the movie for me personally. And as we go in, I have issues with it. And especially since it's with The Hobbit, it's one of the few books I've actually read, like most of it. And so like even watching the Hobbit film, like I will say this, especially this thing is going to repeat even after we finish reviewing like the other Hobbit films. I felt like it could have ended anywhere in this one, especially towards the end. But at the same time, I was kind of hoping it would have continued, especially since The Hobbit is one book. And and of course, because they wanted, the studios wanted dinero. they stretched it out. They stretched it out into 3 films, and I feel that's kind of what the problem with the Hobbit movie is. Even with the first one, that it feels very stretched. Like it feels incomplete. I guess you could say the first Hobbit film, but I did enjoy the first half. I'll say.
But I mean, with what Sir Carl is saying, I do agree. He said good songs in The Hobbit. I'm like, yeah, I do enjoy the songs in it. I enjoy the score of it too.
I do love the theme that the dwarves sing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think like from a storytelling perspective, it just seems kind of out of nowhere when they just start bursting into song.
Yeah, I didn't mind that because I feel like that's. I've always feel like I've seen that in a lot of like medieval kind of films. Like if it's like fantasy kind of like films.
Yeah, and here's another thing for me to clarify of why I have a hard time, or I have a struggle with these films. It's because I'm not a fan of watching, and let me emphasize, watching fantasy movies. I do enjoy playing like fantasy video games. So if you were to get me Shadow of Mordor and I were to play it, I'm pretty sure I probably would enjoy it because I'm actually making decisions for myself in it. And I don't know, it's just it to me watching it it's always kind of bored me a little bit.
Understandable.
Yeah. Well, that's me.
Yeah.
So.
And I guess like I didn't see the song like them singing abruptly because I mean they sometimes do that in Game of Thrones. They always do that as well. And I guess when it comes to like these movies, like these fantasy movies, what I feel should be the strong point of these are the characters. Hence why Game of Thrones was so popular. It wasn't because of the action itself, it was because of the characters and what you do with the characters and how they are. It's how you relate to these characters. And kind of reason why I really enjoyed Game of Thrones for how messed up and how everyone is in the whole story and you get their own things. And with The Hobbit, the first one, I enjoyed the dwarves. I really liked I liked how they were especially in the beginning when they came out of nowhere to Bilbo's house because Gandalf left us a symbol there, which is like, oh, this is where all the dwarves are going to go and they're going to meet. And
well, it's because Will's quiet, so that's why I'm also wondering what he's thinking.
Yeah, unless he's
specifically of me saying all this.
Like, I get it. Like, you're a hateful person, Robin. I mean, like, you don't like fantasy movies and you're hateful. I get it. No, but like, if you don't like fantasy movies, like, I get it. But like, I feel like you can be that way about sci-fi movies too. Like, not you. Yeah. I'm saying like sci-fi movies where it's like, I don't care about sci-fi. Like, if you're gonna give me a game, like, I'll play Star Wars, but like, I don't want to like watch like, people with pew pew guns be like the heroes of the galaxy, right? Which isn't true because I like Star Wars and I like that kind of stuff. But like, I'm saying there's like a fine line between like fantasy and sci-fi and sci-fantasy, right? Anyway, so. Like about like the songs and like we were talking about like the music. There's a lot of music that's actually in part a holdover from Lord of the Rings, right? Because Lord of the Rings came before.
Yeah.
And then they do a good job of like reusing some of those themes where it's like, oh no, it's a big bad fight, here's the music you wanted. It's the music you wanted. Remember the song? Here's the song. But they added new music, right? They also had like songs from the Shire. Because like that's just like the Shire theme, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And that's good. But like I like so one of the aspects, I don't want to change the subject completely, but like
Mhm.
one of the aspects of the movie that I do like is and I like it and I don't like it. Like how they use the White Council
Mm.
and the characters of it,
Mhm.
right? So like you get uh Elrond and Galadriel and uh you get uh
What was what yeah
Gandalf and Saruman.
the the one of the wizards was also the one in the forest, right? The one from the west.
Yeah, so Radagast the Brown. Radagast the Brown,
Mhm.
I and this is something I don't know, and I'm sure there's a um Lord of the Rings fan out there
Yeah.
who can like correct us. I don't know that Radagast was on the White Council despite the fact that he was a wizard. So here's just a little info. The wizards are all uh Mithrandir. They were sent by the Valor, which are basically the gods of Middle Earth, right?
Okay.
So the Valor um some of sent these wizards, and there were 5 of them. Gandalf, Saruman, Radagast, and the 2 blue wizards. The 2 blue wizards went really far east, I believe. They went really far east, and we don't know that they had. I don't know their names. They're just called the Blue Wizards.
Mhm.
Anyway, they were so the Valor. There's different Valor, and like uh, different Valors sent different wizards. So I think Saruman and Gandalf were both sent by the same one, but Radagast was sent by the Valor that had to deal with like plants and nature and that kind of thing, right? And animals.
Yeah.
And so Radagast takes after that valor. And unlike Gandalf and Saruman and even the 2 blue wizards that we don't really know anything about,
Mhm.
at least I don't. The 4 of them like were involved in the world like of men and elves
Mhm.
and dwarves. Like they had some kind of action. Like the blue wizards went east to go talk to men. Like they went east to talk to dudes, right? And the even though we never hear from them, they were being active. Saruman is on the White Council, Gandalf is on the White Council, but Radagast is solitary and pretty much only deals with nature, and because that's his job. It's what he was essentially tasked with. He was there to take care of nature.
Mhm.
And that's I like the scene where he's in his house and like there's this hedgehog that is dying, right? And like he's trying everything he can to like save the hedgehog, right? And he's a little bit he's a lot of bit crazy. Like Radagast is portrayed in this film as being a little bit dumb, a little bit well, I shouldn't say crazy, right? That's
Remind
not
me, Radagast is the
is Radagast the Brown, the wizard who
Yeah.
lives in the forest.
oh,
And
that guy,
has
that
yeah,
guy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So Radagast,
I had to shield my
he's
eyes during
he's
that scene.
he's a you had to what?
I had to
he
shield my eyes during that scene because there were spiders starting to show up.
Oh, and you're like not groovy with spiders?
No, like
Oh, well, have I got a scene in Return of the King for you?
fuck you.
Um,
I hated that. I hated that scene so much. The thing that I hated so much was when it was after they just left where that spider was, and then you see, I don't remember if it was Sam or if it was Frodo. Like just the camera shot is looking at them, looking at Mount Doom, and you just see behind him the spider like quietly crawling from the wall down and it's just behind him. And I'm like, nope, I can't watch that. I'm out of the room. I'm just gonna let it play.
There.
So anyway, Radagast the Brown, and like and he's going like through all of his potions, and then he's just like, "Well, I don't know. He says, I don't understand why it's not working. It's not as if it's witchcraft." And then like, because he's a wizard, and because they portray him as from time to time things click, like he kind of does his own thing, he has his own way of thinking, and then from time to time something will click and he goes like, and he has this moment of like, oh, but it is, and he like says, but it is, and he like grabs part of his staff and like the hedgehog, and yes, spiders are now crawling over his house and like trying to break in, and he's like doing magic, and he starts like doing this incantation, which is like it's a really good scene, right? It's really, really good. And like, by the way, he saves the hedgehog's life, and
I thought that was a good scene too. I just had to shield my eyes the entire time because I didn't know that, like, I know that they never got in and we never see them.
Yeah. You only see like
we
the shadow.
Do see them. We do see them eventually.
I think it's in the second movie we see them.
The second or the third. I think it's the third, where it's the Battle of Five Armies, but it might be the second. I don't know. See, that's the thing. The second and the third movies you could just play completely together. They run together for me.
Yeah.
But like the scenes with Radagast, right? Because he is this minor character, but he's very important, and he's really important because of his actions in The Lord of the Rings. And we can get to that when we get to that, even though he's not in those movies, but he doesn't have to be. Like, he's kind of not present. But anyway, yeah, so that's one of the Radagast being like of import in this movie is really fun for me.
Yeah.
And like the council, the White Council is really, 'cause you get to see these characters and you're introduced to Radagast, but like you get to see these characters that are badasses in the Lord of the Rings. There's like Elrond and Galadriel both have elvish rings of power. Gandalf, is a badass, but like it takes a while for him to really, really become one. Saruman, like, there's a reason he was the leader of the wizards, and like, yeah, he turns evil, but like, and then he gets his comeuppance. But like the White Council, like you get to see them be badasses, like together, and like, I know maybe is that this movie or the next movie? It might be the next movie, and I'm foreshadowing. See, it's all one story. That's the problem. Like, there's no like for me with the Hobbit movies, like you get to see them be badasses together. But in this movie, at least, you get to see them meet and have conversations, and like they debate each other, and they don't always agree, and like. You get to see that like Galadriel and Gandalf have like a thing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting because stuff.
Yeah. And that's why I said it felt like it felt kind of incomplete. Like it should have just continued. But at the same time, there's scenes that could have like taken out and reworked, and these three films could be just one, but they stretch it out a bit too much, where it's like, no, it's like, why sometimes it's like, why stretch it out?
This could have easily have been like a one-off Lord of the Rings related movie that they could have made a good amount of money on, but they wanted to stretch it out to make it into 3 movies, and it I don't know. And I haven't seen.
And then they left out a whole bunch of stuff that's like way more fun. Like,
I remember once during the scene with the tree trolls or the cave trolls, and Edgar was telling me about.
Troll. Edgar, did you hear this guy? He said the tree trolls.
Tree troll.
These are
The
there are
fucking
no
trolls that turn into stone in the sunlight.
All right. You see, the thing is, Robin. Let me just correct you. Trees are living creatures, and the trolls. They're actually trolls are evil creatures made made by a fallen Valor, and they're actually made to be an insult to the Ents because you see, the Ents were made from a living thing, and the trolls were made of stone. To mock them, but to be equal in power. So it's actually sunlight that can destroy them because they are dead. You gotta read some lore,
Oh
my
my
dude.
The part that Edgar was saying that he wished that they would have added with the
Oh yeah, because I remember reading the book, and I remember that was like a fun scene. It's where like, because that scene where Bilbo's trying to like sneak around them, and the thing that kind of like triggers it is because it's like I remember it was like a wallet or something like that, and it gets near it, and the wallet starts talking. And I remember when we went to go watch the movie, I was kind of hoping to see that scene. I'm like, oh man, I can't wait. I'm like, I really hope they have that scene. Even my teacher were like, oh man. I'm like, why didn't they add it? Whoa, what the heck? Sir Carl Denmark, 1,000.
1,000 what?
1,000 bits.
Oh.
What the heck?
Oh my god.
He said the fucking tree trolls that get turned into stone, all right?
Oh my god.
Whoa, thank you so much, Sir Carl Denmark. Holy shit.
God damn it. Megabits. Pretty much.
Carl is just fucking doing everything.
We should make him a moderator for the Twitch as well.
You know what? You should. Also,
yes.
I'm gonna make Carl a special thing in the Discord.
Yes.
But
yeah.
Quoted now.
But yeah, I even like when I rewatched it when we were there, I told Robin about it, and I'm like, man, it's because I didn't mind the silliness of what it was. That's kind of what I liked about it. Because I'm like, it's a story of like them trying. It's Bilbo going on an adventure with these dwarves to try to get their kingdom back from the dragon.
Find the ring that rules them all. Oh wait, no.
And
to reinstate the kingdom of the dwarves to the guy.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, it's just that the premise of The Hobbit, I feel it's very simple. Like, yeah, it's them going on an adventure, and it's them to try to reclaim the land.
Children's book.
Yeah, and I felt like I felt like this movie could have worked really, really well if it was just one movie. Because there is a lot of good stuff in the first Hobbit film. But the main problem is it's just stretched so much. But I will say, for me, not only is the movie that I remember the most out of all the Hobbit films, it's the one that I feel I enjoy and is a bit more consistent than the other ones of my enjoyment with this movie, because I barely remember anything from the second and third one. And
well, because this one is essentially like, you could break this movie down in like the big story plot is just Gandalf shows up and is like, okay, yeah, Bilbo's totally going to come on this adventure with us. I'm going to invite all these dwarves here. They're going to eat his food, and then we're going to go on an adventure, and then we're going to walk. Actually, they ride ponies. We're going to ride ponies. And then as we're riding ponies, we're going to talk, and we're going to get backstory.
Mm-hmm.
And then We're gonna find some trolls. We're gonna have that scene.
Some fucking tree trolls specifically.
I will go into it again. We're gonna find some trolls. We're gonna deal with that. Hey, we're gonna find some weapons. That's fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Also, the enemy shows up.
Yeah.
And there's like a meeting and stuff between all of that. But that's the story. Like that's this movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a very short amount of The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Like there's we're ponies.
I will say,
and the horses are gone.
that's the one part, like, I always kind of like, why, like, wouldn't, because the word pony just doesn't come off as like, badass in a way. 'Cause like, when I get it, because they're dwarves, and that's like a perfect size for them to ride it, but wouldn't they just call them horses?
No,
Also-
because they're ponies, and they
But
know
then-
the difference between horses and ponies.
God, it just doesn't.
It's the name of the animal. They're not called
No,
horses.
but,
They're
like-
ponies.
But they're related to the horse.
Yeah, but if they call it a horse, and a human or an elf or even Gandalf would be like, no, that's a fucking pony.
It's a pony. Shut up. Yeah.
I don't know. All right, it's just the fucking tree trolls. Just
God, I hate you.
Can we talk about like
No, not with
Favorite-
you.
our favorite scene from the movie?
Well,
Or at least, what's our favorite scene from the movie?
Thorin, Balin, Dolan, Biffer, Bofer, Bomfer, Philly, Killy, Owen, Glowin,
Owen?
Nori, Dory, Ori,
Owen?
What the heck?
Owen Wilson.
Owen. Wow.
Wow.
I was trying to read all the dwarfs' names.
Wow. There's some big trolls over there. Oh wow.
Wow. It's just,
You want to take back our ancestral home? Wow. That's
Wow.
a big
dragon.
that's a
I
big
will-
dragon that's in there. Wow.
I will
Wow.
say my favorite scene in the movie was probably when they were in the underground where the orcs are, like in the mountain, like that whole
The
fighting-
Goblin King.
they were goblins. Okay, yeah, where the Goblin King was, and then eventually like the Hobbit. What's his name? Bilbo
Bilbo.
Baggins. Yeah, no, I don't know all these names. I'm sorry, but like Bilbo Baggins, like
meets
he
Gollum.
Smeagol,
Schmeagol.
who then coughs Gollum, and I just love that I always love Andy Serkis's performances.
Mhm.
Even in the Lord of the Rings and in this, like I still really I like that scene between Martin Freeman and Smeagol.
Schmeagol.
That was my favorite scene. I just like how they just they're constantly going back and forth. It was like a rap battle, but instead of rapping, it was riddles.
Riddles.
Yeah.
They were giving each other riddles. And what was it? They because there's also what do you call it? Because at the same time, that's when Bilbo finds the ring.
Yes.
Because it
Which-
falls out of Gollum's.
Which
Pocket.
in all, it seems like that part felt very like, oh, fan service. It's like this is part of the same world. Because I remember you guys say like it was where Will said that this is not. It's just kind of. It's not supposed to be a prequel. It's set in the world, at least in terms of the books. So
Well, in the book, Gollum does lose the ring, and
Mhm.
Bilbo finds the ring. Right?
Yeah.
Like that's true, but it's not done in such a way that it's like, oh boy, this is clearly a prequel.
Mhm.
Like it's just like he loses the ring, he finds the ring, they have a riddle contest, and
yeah, like I guess you
and
wouldn't
they
say the
escape.
ring Like, I guess you wouldn't say the ring was the focal point of the book.
Well,
Right.
no, it wasn't like I wasn't. It seemed like, at least for that scene, it was in the movie because
Mhm.
and it was really supposed to emphasize like, oh, remember this is a prequel to Lord of the Rings. Here's
Mm.
the Lord of the Ring. Remember Lord of the Rings? But other than that, like, I really enjoyed like the scene between them two, and I'm being like for real. Like, I actually did enjoy that, as well as like the Goblin King fight and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Andy Serkis in general
The
was really
Goblin
great.
King, by the way, like it took me such a long time, and I had to Google it. Like the Goblin King sounded so familiar, and they used the CGI technology to make the Goblin King's face look like the actor's face. And I was like, I know who that is. Like, I know who that is. That's Barry Humphries. And a lot of people are going, yeah, I don't know who Barry Humphries is. Barry Humphries is the comedian, the Australian comedian who plays his character Dame Edna Everage. So if you've ever heard of Dame Edna, Dame Edna is hilarious, but he also plays another character, Sir Les Patterson, and they're
Mm.
hilarious. And like I had to
He
Google it, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's who that is!" So if
he
there's anybody out there who's as old as me who like knows who Dame Edna is, like,
also,
it's great.
for some people, he plays Bruce in Finding Nemo.
Right, that's also
Oh shit!
true.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he plays Bruce in Finding. I
Well,
was looking up.
there
Yeah.
you go. I was wondering why he sounded familiar. not to what Will was referencing, but to Bruce from Finding
Yeah.
Nemo.
So basically, for people who grew up with Finding Nemo, he was the big shark guy who was talking to them. The big fish guy, the big shark guy. That's who. That's who he played, and he's here as the Goblin King.
Man, I am hateful. God damn.
And if you look in the Discord, the two gifs, that's Barry Humphries as Dame Edna, and
The one on
that's
the
the
top,
Goblin
really,
King.
yeah, really, that looks like the Goblin King, all right.
That looks just like him.
Oh my god! I just
Just like him. Just like him. And see, by the way, anybody, if you're watching this and you're going, I don't know what they're talking about, join our Discord.
you.
So
But I did like.
hello, my possums. Because that's how Dame Edna sounds. She calls everybody possums. Anyway, Edgar.
Yeah, when they brought the Goblin King, I did like that part. I really liked him as the Goblin. The Goblin King. Search everything, every nook and cranny, until they find. They just find all the weapons. They lock them up. We aren't allowed to use.
We aren't. We really aren't. Like, it's
No,
actually a thing.
which is stupid.
Damn.
It's really stupid that we can't.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to use that word. We're not allowed to use a word that starts with a V, like Virginia.
Oh,
okay.
the state.
We're not allowed to use let's see, Virginia, simple. What's another? What, there was another one, and you're not allowed to use that one either. And it's like, oh, in cellular.
Inception.
No, in cellular.
Yeah. Yeah.
Phones. Okay. In cellular phones.
Yes.
We're not allowed to
telecommunications.
use that word. Yeah, telecommunications. Yeah. We're not allowed to use those words. It's strange but true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
goodbye to using the word simpleton.
Yes, simpleton. Well, actually, simpleton. We maybe should like the actual word simpleton. We maybe shouldn't use anymore, right? Because ableism and all that. But
Yeah.
but like yeah, it you can't use that word anymore.
Damn.
Strange,
Very
But
strange.
true.
but true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Twitch TOS policies are all wonderful, and we have no problem with them here on the Grand Slam Live. Surely none of them are.
Especially now that we're affiliate, we definitely have no problem.
Exactly. I love Big Daddy Jeffrey Bezos. He is my favorite.
Big Chungus, that's right.
Big Chungus.
Big Chungus.
Can we get a T-pose in chat?
T-pose in chat, guys.
Can we get some T-poses in chat for those who have them, please? Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
Which I think it's only 3 people.
Yeah, hey, that's 3 people though.
That's three people more than what we had.
Yes. Yeah.
That is let's see here. Yeah, that's we're in the money. We're in the money. Anyway, okay, what were we? Let's see. We were talking about
Our favorite scenes.
words, Dame Edna Everage, Goblin King, scenes. Right. I like the part where they were on the horses, and the horses were ponies.
Is there? I guess, unless there's anything else you want to point out, we could just go to.
I did like the very ending. I will say, like when they're on the trees. Yeah, I did think that was very suspenseful because I was just like, oh shit, they're about to get attacked by those giant dog-looking things, and
wargs. Those are called wargs.
Yes, and then all of a sudden the giant Mexican eagles come out and save them.
No, stop it.
That was how the creation of the Mexican flag was made.
It does look like the bird that's in the Mexico flag. I will say.
That's why I call it the Mexican.
That's funny.
That seems. There's a whole bunch of them.
Hey, shout out to Mexico. We love you, Mexico.
Shout out to Mexico.
The whole country. Shout out to Mexico.
No. The whole country and every person in it. So individually and together. So like, I want to shout out. Even the
baddies that are there.
Yeah, even the baddies.
Yeah.
Shout out to the baddies.
We love you all, Chapo. Anyway,
no. Edit that out. Nope.
Oh my god!
You said it. Even the baddies. So I mean,
nope.
Anyway,
no. No.
Anything else we want to say before we get to ratings? I'm guessing is what Edgar was about to say.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, I want to say that there are like the best scene in this whole movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah, is definitely going to be one of the scenes with Radagast the Brown, and it's with the rabbits.
Oh, yeah.
These are Gundabad wargs. They will outrun you. These are Rustabelt rabbits. I would like to see them try. Come get me! And he just starts going because they're fast rabbits. It's just a good scene. And I really like it. Like, I'm not going to lie. I have watched that scene by itself well before we decided we were gonna do this as like a thing, right? Like we were gonna review this movie.
Yeah.
Just because I like the scene. It's just fun. I would like to see them try, and then come get me, huh? And then it's like rolling around on a sled pulled by rabbits. Like it's just really
he's
fun.
rolling.
Because Gandalf just goes, these are Gundabad wargs. They will outrun you. Because Gundabad wargs are dangerous and very fast. And these are Gundabad orcs. And they're like really like...
He's rolling around like the speed of sound.
Rolling around like the speed of... Anyway, I really like that scene. So that's probably my favorite scene. Also, but it's just that part. Like it's like 45 seconds out of the entire scene, because the rest of the scene is just Gandalf and dwarves running around rocks, like
running around New Zealand.
Yes.
Like what I really want to find is, okay, let's see if it's on the internet. The Hobbit. Yakety sacks.
What?
Let's see.
While Will is looking that up.
Yep, orc chase to Benny Hill.
God damn it! I popped open a beer of Celebrator Doppelbock.
Oh,
a German beer from Bavaria. It doesn't taste too bad. It has like the same scent and like as wine, but it smells like beer at the same time.
Interesting.
Also, like when you first taste it,
it smells like wine, but it smells like beer.
When you first taste it, it doesn't have like a wine taste to it, but then it immediately you get the maltiness of the beer, and it's very smooth and creamy. It's really good.
The maltiness goodness.
I don't have an actual Doppelbock glass, but I found something that could work, and I'm improvising.
It smells like wine, but it smells like beer. Robin.
It smells like wine, but it's a weird thing to describe. Like that's just, you get a hint of like nuttiness like a wine, but it also smells like beer. Anyway,
is there
Celebrator Doppelbock? Give it a try if you like it. It's a dark beer, so.
Anything?
To quote Captain America, Robin? No, I don't think I will. Oh my God. Oh yeah, but if you like it, and try it and all that jazz. Anyway, Edgar.
I was gonna say, is there anything else before we go to the ratings and overall thoughts?
You know what? No, I'll hold on to this one thing until one of the future episodes. Yeah. Also, can we point out that Gandalf does magic and it's actually useful?
Yeah.
Like he called in the giant Mexican eagles to come save them.
No, he doesn't call them in. That's a misconception. He doesn't call them in. At no point has Gandalf ever called the eagles.
He used the butterfly to go.
Nope, that's not true.
But that's what happened.
No, it isn't. Do you want me to tell you why it isn't?
Why?
Because he used the moth. It's a moth, not a butterfly. He used the moth to find Radagast, and Radagast found the eagles.
Oh,
Gandalf doesn't have a relationship with the eagles like everyone's like, oh yeah, Gandalf, he's the best friends with the eagle. No, Radagast knows the eagles. Radagast is the wizard in the world that likes nature.
That makes sense.
All right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Also, the eagles are not a taxi service. So anyway, we're gonna get to that later.
From that if they could, but I mean,
shut up. Anyway, so our ratings. Edgar, what did you think of this movie?
So Hobbit: The Unexpected Journey, the first in this trilogy. Overall, I enjoyed it. It wasn't like great. It wasn't amazing, but I don't think it was like terrible. I don't think it was like god awful. Because there's really good moments in this. I personally really enjoyed the first half. I love the small little tidbits of character they give to the dwarves and how they interact with Bilbo. Those I really like. There are some good scenes, especially with the Goblin King and with the trolls that are there. And those are the ones that I really enjoyed. There are other parts that felt like it could have that either didn't need to be there or was like it felt too long. Because I'll say that again. Most likely in these other ones, my overall issue is that it's a film that isn't complete because they're making it in these parts that shouldn't be in these parts. Because I feel the story, the premise itself, it's a simple premise that it could have worked in a whole. It could have been a 4 hour long film, and I feel like it would have still made a lot of money at that time. But you know, corporations and operations want to be greedy money people. So, but but from my personal experience, especially since I haven't seen The Hobbit, so I can't really compare this. I mean, I haven't seen Lord of the Rings, so I can't compare The Hobbit to anything in Lord of the Rings. So this is someone who's only seen the Hobbit movies. So overall, I probably would give this 3 stars out of 5. It's above average. But it's not like something like spectacular. It has a lot of problems, but I enjoyed it. It's more memorable than the other 2 Hobbits that we're going to be discussing in future episodes. Because, as I said, this is the one that I remember the most out of. And now rewatching it, I understand why. It has a lot of things that I really enjoyed from this. So, 3.5 stars for me. Whoa! Sir Carl Degmark sheer 500 bits. The movie smells like wine, but it smells like beer. But it mostly smells stretched out.
Oh my God, Carl. Carl.
Thank you, Carl.
You are the prince. You are a prince, Carl. Robin, what are your review ratings?
So for this one, like, I kind of, I kind of enjoyed it, but like, I don't know, like comparing to the other one, to Fellowship, because that's how I am for some reason. It felt a bit more, I don't know. Like, and it's still going back to the word silly. It just felt more silly for some reason. Like the other one felt more grounded, and it felt more serious about what it was talking about. And this one, it was. Don't get me wrong. It did have some moments where it was like, oh no, it's being serious of what it's trying to be. But there were a lot of like Joss Whedon-esque type humor in it, which after seeing that in Age of Ultron and then in Justice League, I'm like, no. But I think I'd probably give it. I'm gonna be with Edgar on this and give it a 3 out of 5 too. I think it's. I do think that it's interesting to watch. I do agree that it should not have been stretched out into 3 films, but that's my thing. 3 out of 5.
No bad, no bad, no bad, not bad. Will, how about you, Mr. Will? What is your?
Okay, so I like things about the movie. I like the nostalgia in the beginning. I like the reusage of like the bad guys here song in the end, which is nice. There's a lot of like golden nuggets in this movie. Radagast the Brown is just great. So I'm going to rank this one, I think, higher than I might rank the later ones, right? I'm gonna rank this one a 3.5 because of the nostalgia factor, because we get to see like, there's some good scenes in this, right? Like there are good scenes in this. Overall, it's part of it is like, dwarves, a hobbit, and Gandalf on ponies, the movie with eating, and like that's like a large chunk of the movie, right? But
Yeah.
like when we actually, but you have to have it because you have to have the setup. You have to have the, okay, let's explain everybody and let's like explain what everybody's personality type is, and you know and let's get that Thorin Oakenshield like has literally lost everybody who was ever in his family. And it's like, all right, cool, now we know that we're gonna press forward towards, a mountain that's got a dragon in it and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
it's like that's what this movie is like the first chapter or two or three of The Hobbit, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
all right, there's a hobbit, and he's got a guy with a beard and a stick, and that's his friend, and he does magic. And there's these dwarves, and they ain't got no home, but they're going to get a home. Also, they don't like elves. Also, orcs.
Orcs.
Also, magic ring. Coming up next, it's like the next movie is, hey, the dragon? Wait, it's there. Like, we got a dragon.
Wow.
So wow, a dragon. Um, so I'm gonna give it a 3.5 stars because I think it does a good job of like setting it up. If they miss some things, I know they miss a lot of things, and anyway, the next two movies, if they had been in some parts as slow as this movie, I think would have been better because we would have gotten more detail. But we don't. But this
Yeah.
movie, 3.5 stars. Anyway, that's my rating. That's the bottom line because Stone Cold. No, wrong. Sorry, because Will from South Texas said so.
uh,
What,
not,
Robin?
I heard when you're saying Stone Cold, I just immediately went Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's what that. Okay, what was the other option? Creamery, because Stone Cold Creamery said so. Like,
Oh man, I want some fucking Cold Stone now. God damn it! I actually enjoy their ice cream.
yeah, it's good. Hey, shout out to Cold Stone Creamery, not sponsored. We just like your product. We like that
Especially when
you
you have
basically,
Nutella.
you put cream on a very cold slab of stone, and you bake it. And
I like to get chocolate ice cream with either Twix or Snickers in it, and if they have it, I also add Nutella.
Man,
And it's
I never had Stone Cold.
Cold.
No, it's either or. Also, Robin, if they don't have Nutella, that's when you bust out the pocket Nutella.
Yes.
Because as we all know, you always should travel with a Ziploc bag filled with Nutella in your pocket, because nothing could go wrong and you never know when you'll need it.
God damn
it. All right, Edgar, let's...
So, of course, guys, we ain't done with the show yet. We got one more, and that is our Untitled segment idea. So, without further ado, we are going to start the intro in a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3.
Oh, by the way, the closest Cold Stone Creamery is in McAllen.
Oh, wow, in the valley. Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's in between McAllen and Edinburgh.
Okay.
And there's also one closer to Brownsville.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is the Grand Slam does the valley.
Ooh, get some food. Nice grub.
Oh yeah. We gotta go. We gotta go buy some tamales in a van being sold by a slightly elderly woman
Yes.
on the side of the road. Gotta just eat those. Just South Texas things, exactly. We
But of course,
gotta.
yeah, I wanted to say thank you to Carl because he's like, damn, that's one cool intro. Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Guess I won't set up the incredibly not gonna happen Grand Slam does the Valley. Well, thank God. Hey, Robin, it's nice that you know where the Cold Stone Creamery is. Just too bad you're never going.
Like to be fair, I wouldn't really know what I would do when I get to McAllen.
I mean,
not in comparison to San Antonio, it's not really much to do around here for someone like me. You know?
Well, too bad I was gonna set up what we would do, but I won't do that anymore. This is what breaks up the Grand Slam. Anyway, thank you guys for coming.
It's been a good run.
Been a good run. We got affiliate. We got a few dollars in our pocket, and we're gonna move on now. I'm gonna go up to Montana and run a weevil farm, where I raise weevils. And no, I'm not mispronouncing the word weasel. I'm actually going to raise bugs. I'm going to raise bugs because the future of the world is nuclear death, winter, and I'm going to have bugs to eat. So, fuck you, Robin. Oh, hey, but what have you been doing other than watching this movie? I'm so happy you asked, Mr. Weevil. No problem, Will. You're my favorite. Yeah, I know. I'm the best. And yeah. What have I been doing? Well, my entitled segment. This is just terrible. What I've been doing is not much. I started playing Fallout 76 again. I think I said that last week, but I really like it. I've actually decided, I think, what my character is gonna be, like, because you can specialize in different things, and I think I've decided pretty much what I want to specialize in. So that's good that I've made that decision. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I think I've made it. Robin?
I've been replaying.
Thanks, Robin. Edgar?
Wait.
Yeah, Robin. What have you been recently watching, seeing, reading, eating, etc., etc.?
I swear to God, if he steals my Montana Weevil idea,
I've been replaying I got the definitive series of The Walking Dead by Telltale, so I'm replaying that, and I'm on the first season, on the third episode. So I own all of them on my PC, but I haven't finished the final season yet. So I'm gonna actually finish it on the PS4. So,
you know the funny thing about The Walking Dead?
What?
The funny thing about The Walking Dead is that it's called The Walking Dead, and so you think it's about the zombies, but it's actually about the people. And the people, in a strange turn of events, the people are actually the bad guys.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just.
It's a Shyamalan film.
Yeah.
Robin responds to Stefan.
It's a reference to the fucking. It's a reference to the game. Except I misspelled saying.
Saying.
God damn it.
Oh my God.
Oh my.
Why is it like? Oh, maybe there's two. I'm wondering why there's like two different emojis but whatever.
Oh,
All
it's
right.
it's because also I did notice Stefan put Easter eggs next to T-posing Robins.
Yes.
That's very nice.
But yeah, I enjoy. I'm ready to finish it finally, and I'm ready to play it. All right, Edgar.
I just finished yesterday. I finished playing a game, Mortal Kombat XL. I was playing the story.
Eat like a raccoon wrapped in chili peppers. I can smell that through my microphone.
It was a beef taco.
Got it. Raccoon wrapped in a moldy sack. Got it.
I was playing the story mode of Mortal Kombat XL, and I'm like, okay, I just played through because I wanted to play the story. So once I finished the story mode of that, I just started playing, the towers to see other character stories endings, and I'm like, you know what? And then after doing that, I'm gonna go right back to playing Uncharted Lost Legacy. That's been what I've been up to. I haven't seen any TV shows lately because I've been forgetting, so I haven't catched up with Falcon and the Winter Soldier or Invincible. So I'm pretty behind on those. Yee. But I guess that's the ending, boys. The end of the show.
I have one more thing.
Yes.
I don't know if y'all know, but Among Us has a new map, and it's on an airship. It's a big map. It's pretty fun. Played a little bit of that. The reason I forgot to say that during my own piece of this segment was reasons. And anyway, it's fun. It's confusing. I recommend you just play some randoms for a while just to get a feel of the map before you actually play with friends and go, hey, I don't know where things are. But yeah, it's fun. Also, I think that is it. But I think we have an announcement to make.
Oh yes, that's right. Probably by the time by this gets uploaded on YouTube or Spotify, it'd be past. But just for the Twitch people, for you guys, for chat, tomorrow, I don't know what time yet. I'll announce it on Discord and on the socials. But tomorrow, since we were affiliated, Will did make a promise that when we got affiliated and got 50 followers, he'd buy Minecraft, and we would live stream. All three of us playing Minecraft hardcore mode. And so tomorrow's gonna be the day. Tomorrow I'll probably put it up later tonight or tomorrow morning to let you all know that we are gonna be playing Minecraft hardcore mode, and it's gonna be Will's first time playing Minecraft. So just keep your eyes and ears open on Discord or any of our social medias to get the quick update of when we go live tomorrow. It's gonna be some fun time.
Cause I don't know what I'm doing.
So for the people who can, because we're going to be playing hardcore Minecraft tomorrow with Will, can we get another T-pose in chat?
Yeah, T-pose in chat, guys.
Yeah, let's
just
T-pose.
Start spamming T-pose, please.
Yeah. So yeah, make sure to tune in tomorrow on the Twitch. We'll be live and we'll be playing some good Minecraft hardcore mode. And of course, before we end, if you haven't joined the Discord, join our Discord. Sometimes we do community things. We do all the good goodies on that stuff. And you want to be part of the community, join our Discord. Also, follow us on the Facebook page and our Twitters. That's where I'll give the updates for everyone of when we're live or when the videos are uploaded online. And of course, if you've missed this stream and you weren't able to catch all of it, don't worry. This is going to be uploaded on the it's going to be uploaded on YouTube and Spotify, so you'll be able to watch it anytime, anywhere. You could watch it through YouTube, or you can listen to it while you're on the road with Spotify. Any way you want, any way you like.
It's going to be on the MySpace. We're going to give it to Jeeves at the Ask Jeeves. He's going to watch it. We're going to put it in the clouds. I don't know how it works when it's in the clouds, but I think it has something to do with rain.
Rain
And
and
we're gonna put it all
precipitation.
across the internets. We're gonna just jam the tubes in the internets up with our show. That's how it works, right? It's tubes, and you got you put the show in the tube. It's like when you're at the bank, and they got the tube in the outside, and they send you the paper and the
Oi.
pen, and you put the stuff. You put the show in the tube, and the tube goes thump.
Well, you could also watch it through Robin's brain as well. You know.
Oh yeah, because yeah, bah, it makes that sound when it's running. Oh wow.
Wow.
It's coming through in surround sound. I don't know why I'm using this voice. Go for pile, surprise.
God damn it.
But of course, guys, I think that's all we got. But of course, thank you all for watching. We love you all. Thank you for this fun time we had today, and bye-bye.
Bye. This man lives. Let me just say once for the record, Robin. Ass.
Ass. God damn it.
Burger. Bye. Queen.